Aloha, friends. Welcome back to the Radiate Health and Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Christine D. Ross, and I have missed podcasting for the last few weeks while I have been traveling Europe with my husband, Travis. This was our first trip to Europe, and it was amazing. We met up with friends in Finland, explored Croatia, Austria, and Italy. It was a lot of fun experiencing the different cultures and traditions and food from these places. And I was blown away by how much beauty this world has to offer. Each country held a natural beauty all of its own. However, what caught me off guard was the history of these places. How often and recent wars had been fought on the very ground I stood on. It gave me a deep appreciation for the sacrifices that have been made in creating the safe space I live in today and the freedom to live the life I choose and be independent. Returning from Europe with the 4th of July being just a few days away, I have been reflecting on the concept of independence. What does it truly mean to be independent? It's a concept that I haven't given much appreciation toward on the day of Independence Day. You see, the 4th of July holds a special significance beyond being a national holiday for me. It's my birthday. So as a little girl, I always wanted the cake and fireworks to be all about my birthday. Without the flags, without the red, white, and blue sundresses, the red, white, and blue frosting on the cake, or the decorations. I wanted everything to be pink and yellow and, things that little girls want. Flowers and bunnies and kitties, not stars and stripes and flags. But Independence Day is really a celebration of our nation's independence. Celebrating the day in 1776 when the Declaration of Independence was adopted. It's a time to honor the bravery and vision of those who fought for our freedom and the birth of a nation built on principles of liberty and self-determination. The fireworks, barbecues, and parades, unfortunately, are not for my birthday as I wished as a little kid. But it's all about celebrating our freedom and the values that unite us. But what about personal independence? It is something that we gained from those wars that have been fought. What does it truly mean to be independent? Personal independence means making choices and taking actions that feel right to you, without being influenced or controlled by others. It's about having the freedom to live your life your way and having the courage to stick to your decisions. Personal independence also means being able to take care of yourself without relying on others for help, which allows you to have more control and confidence in your abilities. Independence is a unique journey for each of us, and it can manifest in various ways. So it's important to understand that what works for one person may not work for another, and that's perfectly okay. The key is to figure out how to incorporate independence into your life in a healthy, balanced way that aligns with your values and circumstances. So as I contemplate what independence means to me, I can't help but start at my beginning. From the start, independence was just a part of who I am. I had this, I can figure it out and do it myself attitude right from the get-go. I came into this world with the fireworks on the 4th of July, bicentennial year 1976. I think that was my way of announcing to my world and my parents, watch out, here comes Little Miss Independence. Whenever somebody told me I couldn't do something, my response was, watch me. Even when I had to do something I wasn't particularly interested in doing, I'd find a way to put my unique twist on it. With a bit of creativity, I'd make sure to do things my way on my own terms. And you can ask my husband, like, if I'm still doing this today. But a big lesson for me was learning to have an independent mind instead of a dependent one. Growing up, I was a people pleaser. I cared deeply about what others thought of me, wanted to make good impressions, and wanted to make everyone happy, even if it meant lying and doing what I really wanted to do behind their backs. For example, in my community that I grew up in, it seemed like it was important to be seen as the perfect little church girl. So I put on the dress and showed up for church, but I would slip out before getting stuck in a long church lesson that told me how I should live my life. It took time for me to break free from this pattern and learn to be independent regardless of other people's judgments and opinions. I had to find the courage to be true to my own thoughts, beliefs, and actions without putting a fake front to please anyone. Embracing my independence has taught me the importance of standing by my decisions and staying true to myself, even when the road gets tough. It's about having the freedom to live life on my terms and the strength to be self-sufficient, not relying on others for support or validation. But throughout my years, I have learned the delicate dance of being so independent that it's my way or the highway, to be able to let my walls down and set those necessary healthy boundaries. I have found that finding this balance is absolutely crucial. On one end of the spectrum, being overly dependent can lead to a controlling my way or the highway attitude. And I learned this can make relationships very difficult and often results in feeling disliked, isolated, and being alone. On the other hand, a lack of independence can manifest as not being able to make decisions, a fear of being alone, and an over dependence on others, not being able to do things by yourself. Think about someone who is overly dependent. They might refuse help even when they need it, have to always be in control, make decisions without consulting anyone else, and prefer to work alone rather than as part of a team. While this might seem like a strength, it can often lead to loneliness and burnout. On the other hand, someone who lacks independence might struggle to make even the smallest decisions without input from others. They may avoid traveling alone or feel anxious and nervous when they don't have that somebody to lean on. This dependency can limit their growth and leads to a lack of self-love and self-confidence. So, how do we find that sweet spot? I've found it's about embracing independence while also recognizing the value of connection as well as interdependence. First, take time to understand your own needs and desires. What does independence mean to you personally? Spend some time alone. Reflect on your goals, dreams, and what truly makes you happy, and know who you are as an individual. And set boundaries. Learn to say no. Set boundaries that respect your independence while maintaining healthy relationships. Know that it's okay to prioritize your well-being. Also, seek support. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Independence does not mean doing everything alone. It's about knowing when to lean on others and when to stand on your own. Another aspect of independence is how it plays out in our relationships. How can you be independent while honoring your partner's independence as well? Maintaining individuality within a partnership, it can be challenging. My journey towards independence didn't stop at just standing on my own 2 feet. It extended into my relationships as well. I learned that being independent in a relationship doesn't mean doing everything alone or insisting on my way all the time. Instead, it's about respecting and valuing each other's independence. Imagine a dance. If both partners try to lead, the dance becomes a chaotic mess. Toes get stepped on and, well, both dancers end up hurt. But when each partner takes turns leading and following, respecting each other's movements and independence, the dance becomes graceful and harmonious. In relationships, just like dancing, it's about balance, cooperation, and mutual respect. Being in a relationship has taught me to appreciate the dance of independence and interdependence. It's about knowing when to stand firm and when to bend, when to take the lead and when to follow. This delicate dance requires open communication, trust, and a deep respect for each other's individuality. By honoring my partner's independence and embracing my own, we create a partnership that is both strong and flexible, allowing us to move through life's challenges with grace and resilience. For example, during my recent 3-week tour of Europe with my husband Travis, being two very independent individuals, we could have easily have navigated the sights, meals, and adventures solo. However, what truly excites us is sharing these experiences together. Through our almost 30 years of marriage now, we have learned to respect each other's opinions without compromising our independence. When it comes to deciding where to eat, for example, we look for restaurants that cater to both our tastes, or we take turns choosing meals, like Travis handles lunch and I pick where to eat dinner. While we could stick to our own preferences and go our separate ways, we found that dancing together is far more enjoyable than performing solo. This approach has opened me up to trying new things and discovering new flavors and dishes that I might not have overlooked on my own. Our journey has shown me that true independence in a relationship isn't about doing everything alone, but finding a harmonious balance in sharing experiences and decisions. It's about creating moments where both partners feel valued and supported. I have learned that by honoring each other's independence and preferences, we create a harmony that enhances our travels and enriches our lives. It's not just about the destinations we visit, but the dance of collaboration and mutual respect that makes the journey truly enjoyable and memorable. So, As I reflect on my journey of independence, I realize that true independence isn't about isolation or stubborn self-reliance. It's about finding the balance between standing on my own and sharing my life with others. It's about being confident in my own abilities while also valuing the contributions and strengths of those around me. And most importantly, it's about dancing through life with a sense of freedom, joy, and connection. So as we celebrate this 4th of July, let's dive deeper into what independence truly means. It's not just about standing alone. It's about embracing the freedom to be authentically yourself while connecting meaningfully with others. This week, please take a moment to ponder, what does independence look like in your life? Are you free from the opinions and judgments of others? How does your independence influence your relationships? Just take some time to reflect on these questions and consider how you can cultivate a healthy, empowered sense of independence that resonates with your inner truth. Your path to independence might look entirely different than mine. And that's the beauty of it. It's important to explore and experiment with what feels right for you, whether it's setting boundaries, learning new skills, or simply spending time alone to reconnect with your inner self. Remember, there is no one-size-fits-all approach to independence or any health and wellness. Embrace your journey and trust your instincts. Mahalo for tuning in to the Radiate Health and Wellness podcast. And if you found this episode inspiring, please share it with someone who might benefit from its message, because you never know whose life you might change. Together, let's create a ripple effect of positive change in the world. And to further your journey of self-discovery and growth, please check out my book, Discover the Adventure of You, available on Amazon and all major book platforms. For more resources, healthy recipes, and insights, and contact me, please visit my website, radiatehealthandwellness.com. And mahalo for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to hear more empowering stories and practical tips for living your healthiest, happiest life. Until next time, happy 4th of July, everyone. Stay safe and radiate health and wellness in all that you do.